The Diddy trial began today with a bang, figuratively, but it was explosive. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your number one source for everything Diddy drama. First up today was, again, that special agent who led the seize of Diddy's Star Island mansion in Miami. The jury was shown evidence, photos of the seize, including pictures of 18 high heels. He liked his partners to wear them, or maybe he did as well, like to wear them. And there was also an S to the E to the X toy seized, and the jury was shown a picture of that today. A Gucci bag was also found in his closet that contained an assortment of pills, white powder, a crystal rock-like substance, a plastic straw, a $100 bill, and other items, Special Agent Gerard Gannon testified. The powder and residue tested positive for the coca and the K. Additionally, various tablets tested positive for the M to the D to the M to the A, Male. Other tablets tested positive for Xanax. Some tested positive for K. Others tested positive for methamphetamine. Jesus. Diddy went hard. Some of the Molly pills were stamped with a Tesla symbol. Another bag was discovered full of pills that tested positive for magic mushrooms. Jesus Christ. And Diddy's in his 50s. I understand being, in your 20s, maybe in your 30s, and being a hard partier, but this is on a whole other level. Diddy's sons, Christian and Justin, were in court today after missing several days earlier this week. Diddy's sons heard today that authorities also seized some nitrous oxide from his Star Island mansion in Miami, as well as a lot of the green devil's lettuce. Additionally, the court was informed that Kid Cudi would not be testifying today due to scheduling issues. No word on when we will hear from Cassie's ex. He is expected to take the stand. And Cudi is expected to be a key witness in getting Diddy convicted of racketeering. That charge was basically, he's a crime boss and had an organized operation and used fear and intimidation and violence to get his ways. Special Agent Gannon said that investigators recovered 25 bottles of baby oil and 31 bottles of lube just from the bedroom closet. As I mentioned yesterday, the special agent testified that they recovered parts of an AR-15 in his closet. Today, he added that they also seized a pew-pew from Diddy's guest house. This one was a hand pew-pew, rhymes with gum. Additionally, they found a magazine with ammo inside a bag. We finished with the special agent, then a psychologist, Dawn Hughes, board-certified clinical and forensic psychologist, took the stand. I'm not that interested in what she had to say. She was testifying as a blind expert, meaning she hasn't interviewed Diddy or any of the witnesses in the case. And yes, Hughes was paid $6,000 for today to testify. Hughes said she was there to provide the jury with information on DV and traumatic stress. And yes, some of you might recognize Dawn Hughes. She has testified in other very high-profile cases before. Make that money, honey. Then things took an unexpected turn. Another one of Diddy's former assistants, George Kaplan, was threatening to plead the fifth when he got up on the witness stand today, meaning, I'm not going to self-incriminate, say very little. However, prosecutors offered to grant him immunity if he answered their questions, but warned that this protection does not cover perjury. After George Kaplan's attorney reviewed the legal document, the judge executed Kaplan's immunity, and he is on track to testify. According to Cassie's testimony last week, George Kaplan, whom we should be hearing from shortly, quit after witnessing Diddy physically abuse her. So his testimony is expected to be very, very important. Somebody who will not be taking the stand at the Diddy trial is Ash Armand. Some of you might remember him from the TV show Gigolos on Showtime. The reality star was paid by Diddy to get freaky at a freak-off with him and Cassie. The reason he won't be taking the witness stand is because he's currently busy behind bars, doing time for schmurder. Judge Subramanian was in a very playful mood today, joking with jurors about playing music, elevator music, during sidebars, because there were quite a few today. The defense and prosecution was arguing over testimony, what should be admitted, what should not be admitted. They were arguing over evidence, what should be admitted, what should not be admitted. When the lawyers converse at sidebar with the judge, white noise is loudly played over the speakers, so the jurors and others in the courtroom can't hear the conversations. Also joining Diddy's sons today in court was his publicist, Holly Baird. If you were a publicist, would you take dirty money from disgusting Diddy? I guess if I needed the money that badly. Seems like Holly Baird from The Source PR needs the money that badly. Also, I checked, and little Miss Molly, Holly Baird, has her IG set to private. She doesn't want your feedback on her representing Diddy. Meanwhile, outside the court, there have been people wearing free puff t-shirts. We have learned that those folks outside the courtroom have been paid to wear those t-shirts. Desperate. And George Kaplan has yet to take the stand, Diddy's former assistant. It is possible that he might not start his testimony until tomorrow, seeing as there currently aren't that many minutes left in the court day. The judge likes to wrap things up daily by 3 p.m. Eastern, approximately. But as soon as the former assistant hits the stand, I will be back to tell you what he shares, and covering this case better than everyone else, because, my fam, I am Perez. You are watching the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your number one source for everything Diddy drama. I love how I brought it full circle today. All right, let's discuss everything that we have learned in the comments section, and stay tuned for more. When that comes, I will give it to you.